Would somebody please tell Susie B that I can't get on the switchboard? Susie, I'm on the switchboard.
Your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Let's see, there I am. Susie, can you hear me now? Susie, can you hear me? Whew. Susie, I am on the switchboard. Where are you? Now she got knocked off. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what the heck's going on here with this. Let me try to call Susie on the phone. Because now she's not on the switchboard either. Bear with me, everybody. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, I can't tell if anybody's hearing me or not. All right. Thank you. All right, I'll hang up. Thanks. Bye-bye, honey. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I'm sorry, but apparently when I use this, I'm going to have to call them up because there's a problem in connecting, as you probably gathered. And that kind of makes me a little crazy. Welcome to the show. Trying to breathe deeply. There is a website for the show. And there you can watch me live in front of a video. And if you were watching just now, you would have seen me very upset. Trying to figure this out with all kinds of noises in the background. Anyway, the website for the show is spiritmediumtv.com. spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can find a myriad of resources, one of which is to watch the live video feed. That's item 3. Item 2 is to do the 8 No Wait. We have 2 donations waiting for us this evening. One of them is with Susie B. And one of them is with Donna Lellin. And I don't know where Donna is, but I do know how her phone number starts. So hopefully she's going to call in tonight, or maybe she'll call in a different day because it was something weird about her method of payment. Maybe it'll be a different day. Usually on the show I do a focus subject, and then I do a group message, and then I go to the phone lines. I usually give priority to those that have made a donation or are in the video, the webinar. So item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com allows you to enter the webinar, and if you do, I will hear you, because unless you mute your mic, I will hear you a little bit, and then I'll know you're there. Or you can always go to the chat room or something like that. Let me know that you're there. I'll be doing other things. If you don't go in right away, like within the next 10 to 15 minutes, I won't know, and you would be ignored. But you'll be famous because you'll go on YouTube. Anyway. It's there for you, and you will get a priority in the queue if you do go into the webinar, okay? And if anybody makes a donation during the show and I don't get to you during the show, I will get to you after the show. I'll refund your money, so not to worry. I try to get to everybody that I can get to, and if you make a donation and I don't get to you because I didn't notice it, because once I'm in the show, I'm in the show. I'm not watching who's making donations. Right now I know there are 2 donations. Okay. Oh, thank you, Gussie, for letting me know that you could hear me. I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm gonna have to remember to call them. I have a million things going on, but I'm going to try to remember that tomorrow to call them, because I get a myriad of different kinds of obstacles to get into the show. Okay. One other thing, if you would like a sale on a private session with me as a listener to the show, you are entitled to a third more time for free than that for which you pay. So that is explained at item 4, I think it is. Let's see. I'm looking on the website, spiritmediumtv.com. Yeah, item 4. That tells you how to do it. And since I'm on the subject, I'll let you know. Just go to booklaura.com. That's booklaura.com, and you will be taken in a shortcut to the page to book a reading. And when you do book the reading, if you paid for 30 minutes, for example, you would get 10 more minutes for the same price. But you have to put radio show in the event code field, and then that will be done. You will be given that. Okay. So what's today's focus subject? Well, it's on my favorite subject of late, and it not only of late, it's probably what the meat of the work I do. Mediumship is important, but mediumship is the operating system, or the spiritual technology, if you will, of providing healing to people, and providing a soul level healing. So what I do is I give you more than a reading. Okay, I'm providing you a soul level healing because that's what Spirit has me doing. You know, we all have different ways that we do our work, and there's a lot of room for many different types of spiritual healers and mediums and all people in the light work, actually in all kinds of businesses. You know, there's all different ways because each of us is unique. And in my particular genre, if you will, my particular specialization of being a spiritual worker, a healer, a psychic, is a soul psychic healer. And most problems start in our lives at the soul level. I mean, we actually literally, as far as I know, and what I've been told by Spirit, is that we plan our problems. We plan our problems so we can grow, so we can evolve, and so we can remember who we are, which is a magnificent being that nothing can harm. By going through the illusion of suffering, the illusion of lack that this particular dimension we're in here provides, we become more filled with light. We evolve. So that's why we have issues, because we learn how to remove the karma and to move ahead. If I was to say what everybody's purpose is in a generic way, we all have different storylines, but the theme is the same. It's not only to remember who we are, but as we're remembering who we are as a divine, magnificent soul, remembering means we're expressing that. And if you're expressing your magnificence, you're learning how to release your karma and live at a higher frequency. A frequency of joy, a frequency of bliss, a frequency of manifesting effortlessly that which you desire. And as a medium and psychic, I'm always asked, when will I get this? Especially on the radio show. How will I get this? When will I get that? It usually has to do with money, love, or physical healing, you know. And of course, I'll give you the psychic answers. Probably we'll see the blocks and everything. That's depending on how Spirit uses me for each person. It's different. Spirit is in control here. I'm allowing Spirit to do its work through me. But basically, when you're learning how to release blocks, then you are learning, you're empowering to create your own particular version of heaven on earth. And that is what our purpose is. Our purpose is to know God and express God by creating a blissful existence, a higher frequency, moving from suffering, okay, and stress and lack, moving from that to almost a supernatural being, if you will, where we know how to create, and we are constantly creating. We're moving from our dreams to a manifestation of our dreams. And so you might say to yourself, well, yeah, that sounds really nice, Laura, but you know, how do you do that? I mean, it's kind of hard to get around problems, isn't it? Yeah. But recently, And actually, in general, I keep moving in that direction. That's what Spirit keeps showing me, is these tools, these new shiny objects to help us do that. And one of them is something I've been speaking about lately called Aroma Freedom Technique. But I like to pair it with the spiritual tools that I also have access to. I could call it chakra therapy, if you will, chakra therapy, where Spirit uses the chakras with me to clairvoyantly see the blocks, get information on what the block is. But now I'm adding another layer to that. Today we're going to do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of unblocking. The layer is, if you have essential oils in your possession, is to add essential oils into the healing process. That's what I'm learning from Aroma Freedom Technique, a technique created by a PhD in psychology, which helps you release blocks because of the miracle of high therapeutic grade essential oils. Just to kind of simply say it, Wayne Dyer called essential oils God in a bottle. Actually, he said it for Young Living because he was a Young Living oil user, and he loved the rose oil, which is the highest frequency of all the oils. So what does all this mean? It means that when you smell a high-grade therapeutic level oil that's well manufactured, and that's a tricky process. Not any old thing will do. Not any old filler that smells good will do. You know, think of like a knockoff perfume versus the real thing from Paris. You know, it's quite a difference, right? In the way it smells, but also the way it acts when we're smelling that oil. So in terms of aromatherapy or essential oils and chakras, I have it witnessed personally in my own life, but even with clients, a shifting of the way they're framing trauma. As a medium, you might imagine, I sometimes have people crying a lot in front of me. And one recently was crying over, I mentioned it already, over the passing of her animal, her dog. Yesterday there was a different person I was working with, but I didn't have the oils with me. But there was a reliving of a particular event in her life. And we kind of did a memory of an oil smell for her to help her shift something. So today we're going to do the best we can. But before, in other words, if you don't have, say, frankincense, lavender, if you don't have stress away, which is a Young Living one, if you don't have high-grade therapeutic oils on hand, well, you know, just relax, make believe you have it, and maybe next time you'll have it, because I'll be doing these kind of clearings on a regular basis. And the second thing is I am making an offer to you, a complimentary healing for purchase of the oils. There's an inexpensive purchase. I also have the more expensive ones, depending on what your need is and what you really want. If you want to you really want the full kit, that's a higher price. But if you just want a little snippet of it, that's a much lower price. So that's on my website called Spirit Medium Sale, SALE. And it's also linked on the website for the radio show, which is Spirit Medium TV. You'll see at the top it says new, free, limited time offer, bang, 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 and it goes into what that is. So if you want a free appointment with me to do some healing, you will need to get some oils. Okay, but you don't have to spend that much for the oils if you read the whole thing. I'm going to have to fix it up a little bit because people might be reading it and saying, because I put the most expensive one there first. But there's also less expensive options and choices that are very affordable. And when you think you're getting a free unblocking with Spirit Medium Laura, I would take advantage of it if I were you. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a mini unblocking today for each of you. So I'd like you to think of something that you're really, really, really wanting. Just relax and write it down. And while you're doing that, I'd like you to start to breathe abdominally, relaxing, and daydream about what you really, really want. Uncrossing your arms and legs to go into an open body position, which always helps the discovery process. So write down something that you really want, you're frightened about, you can't get it, you're trying and trying and trying. We're doing the chakra version of the healing today. And now I would like you to ask Spirit where in your body this is. What chakra represents the block? That's how we're going to do it right now. And all you have to do is say, give me a number, Spirit, from 1 through 7. The number that pops at you is Spirit telling you the blocked chakra. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read off the numbers and you just listen up. One of them will light up to you. Oh, and by the way, hint, hint, don't overthink this. Just let the first one be. So I'm going to read the numbers. You pick the one that lights up. This is your block to achieving what you really want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever number you get is correct. Write it down. Good. And I actually have all of this recorded on a page on my website for future reference. Although right now I will give you some information. But if you're listening to this at a future point in time and you're trying to find where the exercise is that I'm now doing, just go to the sidebar and find the search box on my website. spiritmediumtv.com is a page on my website. Find the search box in the sidebar and simply search for chakra essential oils. And this particular juicy healing will appear for you. So I'm going to go over each number and I'm going to tell you what color that is and what chakra that is, what it stands for. On the page that I just mentioned, chakra healing, chakra essential oils, chakra essential oils, on that page it has this chart, but you can just listen. So if you got the number 7, that's the crown. That has to do with your connection to source. And your affirmation, which we'll be using in a moment, is I am perfect connection to source. And the color is violet. We're going to be using the color and we're going to be using the affirmation. So the color is violet for the crown chakra. And the affirmation is I am source, S-O-U-R-C-E. Third eye, color is indigo, which is purple. I just use purple. Affirmation is I am intuition. Number 5, throat chakra, color is blue. Affirmation, I am communication. Number 4, heart chakra, color green. Affirmation, I am love. Number 3, solar plexus, color yellow. Affirmation, I am perfect. Number 2, that's the sacral chakra, color is orange. I am creative. Affirmation is I am creative. And number 1, root chakra, color is red. And the affirmation is I am secure. So next to your particular number, write down what I just said, what the color is, and what the affirmation is. And in a moment, we're going to go through a little bit of a release exercise. We're going to use the color. We're going to use the color. We're also going to use our clairvoyant abilities. We all have those abilities. And then we'll use the affirmation at the end. Okay? So I want you to think about the chakra, okay, that you just got. And I want you to think about your goal. And I want you to see if you have any memory of why you can't have this goal. Okay? Perhaps relating to the chakra. Now, let me just say, I didn't really say what each chakra means, and if you don't know it, it would be in the affirmation. So if you had number 7, that's the crown, and the affirmation is I am source, S-O-U-R-C. That's all about your connection to source. So the crown chakra is about your connection to source. So each one, the second one, number 6 was third eye, and that's I am intuition. So the third eye has to do with intuition, right? So that's what it has to do with. So I want you to think about your chakra that's blocked. I want you to think about your goal. Okay? So let's say that you want money and you got solar plexus. Solar plexus has to do with your self-esteem. So the affirmation was, I am perfect. Okay? Just as I am, or however you want to say it. So I want you to daydream about that a little bit. I want you to think about that a little bit. Okay? Think about a memory that you have of yourself in your own life, a memory that has to do with this particular thing you want and you're not getting it. Okay? I want you to delve deeply into that memory. Feel the pain. Feel the sadness. Feel whatever it is you feel. And while you're reliving the block, which is coming in the form of this memory, when you have, or if you already have, a nice, relaxing, therapeutic grade essential oil like lavender, frankincense, if you had Young Living's Stress Away, Peace and Calming, anything that's relaxing and soothing. As you have the painful memory, breathe in the oil. You can put a couple of drops on your hand, rub it in, and then smell it. And just breathe it into this painful memory where the block is. Okay? That's your second step. Continue doing that for a moment or two longer until you feel a shift. You should feel a shift because that's the miracle of the oil. I'm going to be quiet while you do that. And now, after you have a shift, hopefully you soothed yourself in a painful memory, I'd like you to say the affirmation for that chakra, I am, fill in the blank. And I'd also like you to set the intention by channeling in the correct color for that chakra. So we're clearing it. We're clearing it with the symbolism of sending in the right color for that chakra. Okay, so if it was the solar plexus, we'd be sending in yellow light and we're clearing out the block. And that would be a healing. Okay, and all the instructions are there for you. If you simply go to my website, on the sidebar, search for Chakra Essential Oils, you will come to the page where all of this is there for you to review and do on your own. And if you wanted to work with me, I'd be more than happy to do so. I am offering a complimentary healing session using a little different technique, but certainly very, very effective technique. Okay, I'm going to go to the phone lines directly this evening, afternoon, depending on your time zone, because I need to. We have a Fran who's wanting an other side connection. Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Fran.
Hi.
Did you move yet to Atlanta?
Yeah, I did. I'm just going into my new home.
Wonderful. Congratulations,
Yes.
love. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So you're wanting another side connection, right?
Yeah, would love to hear from somebody on the other side.
All right, honey, let me just see who's there. I feel that there is a female for you right now. Okay. And I'm assuming, I don't know who it is yet, honey. I'm just going to give you some information. For some reason or other, she's rather heavier in the hips, whoever this is. And I might have brought her in before for you. I also feel a sweet, kind energy about her. One might say mothering in nature. It's a loving energy. But she's a little bit fuller in the hips. She's She also likes to wear a little bit of bangs, and her hair is flat around the head, but a little bit more curly under the ears. So there's a little bit of that going on. Let's see if I have anything else that goes with her. She could be a grandma. She could be a mom, your mom. She could be an aunt. She could be somebody else. Just to get you one or two more things. She also says she was a great cook. She says that she wasn't a big exerciser, didn't like to work out or anything like that, jog or whatever. She she liked cream in her coffee, and she liked good food like pancakes, things like that. She was a good cook. She also seems to have given birth to a son. So whoever it is, if it's your mom, then it would mean you have a brother. If it's a grandma, then there was a son also born to her. Could be on your father's side or something. And I'm going to get you something to do with her health, other than the way she looks, because the hip thing is pretty, it's pretty clear. Let's see if she'll tell me. Pretty woman, also attractive for most of her life. So she has a pear-shaped figure, okay? I'll say it again that way. Hold on about.
Okay, pear-shaped. Sounds like my mom.
Yeah, I mean, she's showing me very, very clearly that she's pear-shaped. She's narrower shoulders than hips. She loves cooking. She also is very artsy, by the way. She's good at art. Would you know that from Mom, please? Showing me something about art.
Yes.
Very creative, artsy fartsy, she says, and she makes a little joke like you would like, She loves you very much. She loves you very, very much. You're very kind to call her in this evening. She's looking down on you from spirit world, from heaven, to see where you are. She's happy that you made the change. She wishes that you would let go of something from the past that keeps coming back into your life, like a bad meal that you can't digest. There's something haunting you from the past. Okay. I think let me just get what it is exactly. Okay. She's going to give us more.
Okay. Thanks.
Something you really can't take care of very easily. It's a healed wound that you have. It's emotional, and you keep going back to it over and over again. You can't seem to let go of it and clear your karma with this. It is another person that you know, and it feels like a male or a man from the past that you don't seem to. I don't know. There seems to be no end to that one. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
She's looking out for you. She's trying to help you with this, love, okay? But she's saying there's only so much I can do from the other side. She says you got to take action. And she says, in her particular opinion, it's like you just got to cut it. Like pulling a Band-Aid off a wound. You just got to cut it. She says that's the only way to really end those kind of things. Otherwise, this person's going to keep sapping your energy. She loves you very, very much, and she's happy about where you are in your new home.
How do I cut it? Is it my ex-husband?
Well, who do you think it is?
Or the last boyfriend?
Well, I'll see if she has any more information. I thought you would know who it is because you said something about it.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure.
I think it's your last boyfriend, love. He's bothering you. She's saying he's bothering you these days. He's not looking out for your best interests. He seems to ask a lot from you. He's not giving back. He's not a very kind sort either. I don't know. That's what she's saying, honey. She's also saying other things, like that you wouldn't know about. Like, for example, he might talk about you behind your back. That's negative. So whoever it is, he's not a nice person, and she wants you to just sort of let that go. She also says, let sleeping dogs lie. Don't go backwards, go forwards. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
And that's the last boyfriend. Okay.
Yep, that's what she's saying, honey. She says, by the way, she says you got rid of the other one pretty good. She says you got rid of the other one pretty good. She says, but this one is the ex-husband. You got rid of him pretty good. She says, but this one, he's driving you crazy.
Good.
She says, just get rid of him. It's not going to do you any good to cling to that at all. It'd be nice. You're trying to be nice, and he's not being nice. So let it go. Okay?
Okay.
All right, darling. Thank you so much, honey, for calling in. Thank you, love. Bye.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye, sweetie. Bye. Okay. We're going to go to Donna, who's made a donation, and then we'll go to Susie B, who's also made a donation. Hey, Donna. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm okay, except for I got a tooth problem I need your help with. I really shouldn't have to ask you this because you think dentists would be competent, but apparently not. I have on my bottom, on my right, I have my tooth number 30 and 31, there's pain. Now 30 doesn't have a root canal and 31 does have a root canal. So I'm thinking it's 30 that a dentist just did a temporary crown on like a month ago, and it has been killing me. And I went to an endodontist and he said, I don't need a root canal, but it still hurts. So do you think I still need a root canal because it still hurts? Or should I just, find another dentist? I mean, I need to know really what the root problem, no pun intended, is of my pain. I mean, my tongue, my right part of my tongue hurts. Oh, and, and the tooth hurts when it gets sensitive. So what do you see? I mean,
let's take a look, love. And of course, as you know, and I need to say, just to remind you and everyone else, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dentist, and of course, this is only for ideas, but it's not conclusive, and always recommend to go to your licensed professional. All right, let's just see what the spirit's going to show us. Lower right of Donna's mouth. So what I'm seeing is the one that's farthest in the back. I don't know tooth numbers, okay, so please forgive me, but the one that's closer to the back of the mouth seems to have an infection in it, and it seems to be at the root level. I'm going to see what they show me there. I'm going to see how I can get the answer of what needs to be done.
Yeah, 31 is the one all the way in the back, and that has a root canal in it. The one right before it, number 30, does not.
Well, okay.
And that's the one I just had a temporary. Yeah.
But let me just, what I'm getting is there's an infection in 31 underneath it. So even though you had a root canal, I'm getting an infection there. And I have to, that's probably why there's no root canal needed, but the infection, let me just give you more information on the infection. Hold on. It's probably affecting the tooth in front of it. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, honey. Shh. Let me do the work I need to do. The more you say, the less I can get, because then it shuts me down. So let me just see what they can give me, okay? 31, 30. I feel more pain in 31, and I feel like it's an infection, and I feel it's right under the tooth, where the tooth lies. And let me just see here. Why would she feel that, spirit, if she had a root canal already? Because I think what it's doing is the infection is affecting the tooth in front of it. So what should be done about this, spirit? You need to get something that's going to get rid of an infection in an infected tooth. And I don't think I'm so surprised that they can't give you an answer. That's crazy. I mean, they should be telling you what to do. So one doctor's saying you need a root canal. The other one's saying you don't need a root canal, but nobody's telling you what needs to be done. What I'm getting is that there's an infection in 31 underneath it, okay? And somehow or other it's affecting the tissue around it. You may have had a root canal, but it's affecting tissue, and even 30. It's affecting 30. So somehow or other you need to be treated for an infection. That's what I'm getting, infection. Okay, hold on one second to give me a little more information. Lower molar root. Lower molar root needs to be taken out. And you might need a root canal in 30. Let's see. I don't know, but all I'm getting is the only thing I can tell you, and this is about all I can get, is I feel the infection is in 31, and it's affecting 30. That's kind of what I'm getting. I go there and I feel it at the back tooth. The back tooth. I can't change what I feel it there mostly, and I feel that it's affecting the other tooth. But I don't know how you could feel. You do feel it there on the way back, right?
Oh, it's horrible. And the thing is, Laura, I went to an endodontist just last week.
Yep.
And he took all these fancy pictures and he said he doesn't see anything wrong. And it's like, what?
Well, I'm getting an infection. Okay, let me just see something else. Because those pictures may not be picking up an infection. Okay? He's an endodontist, so he's looking for one thing and only one thing, but he's not looking at the surrounding tissue and inflammation in the gums. Okay, surrounding tissue, inflammation in the gums. There's something stuck in the 230. Hold on, there's something stuck in 230. It's in the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, honey. Oh, God. I can actually see 230, and I see like something is, maybe it's the way they put the temporary on. But it's as if it's the part of the tooth towards the back, towards 31, that's inside the mouth, not the outer side of the mouth, but inside the mouth, towards the back of 30, towards the back of the mouth, towards 31. It's as if there's kind of a splinter in there or something in there that's bleeding and inflamed. So it's like you have like an inflammation, like as if something is cutting the gum. And it's all in that area there between 30 and 31. I see now in 30 also the same thing. Something is cutting the gum, as if there's something cutting at your gum, and maybe it's the temporary what do you call it, crown that's not fitted properly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing psychically.
So I know. So I'm thinking the doctor Victomi that did that, I don't want to go back to him because I don't think he's good. And I want to go to Dr. Prezzato and and just have him redo crown number 30. Will that work? I mean, if I go to Dr. Prezzato.
I'll just take a quick look at his name and feel what I get. Yeah, he's good. Dr. Prezzato is somebody you could have confidence in, and he will do the right thing. He will take care of you. I have a feeling he's got a very good heart, and he's very conscientious and gentle as well. He's a little expensive.
No, because I know, but Dr. Victomi is messing up my mouth, I think, and I can't go back to him.
Well, I think Prezzato is good. That's what I'm getting.
So forget Victomi, even though he started this mess, and go to Prezzato and have him. Don't let Victomi back in there.
Okay, let me just repeat exactly what I said. What I did was I said, you asked me, is Prezzato okay? And that's what I asked. And I'll go now to the other question, which is, should I drop the first one? Because that's a whole different thing. I have to be very careful what questions I ask Spirit, because they give me literal answers. It's like the 8-ball. You ever have the 8-ball?
Oh my God.
So let's look at that. The second part of the question is, if I go back to the one that put the crown on, what is his name?
Victomi, begins with a V.
All right, let me see. What do I get on Victomi? Let me just see, honey. If she went to Victomi, would he fix this? Yes or no? Yeah, he'll see the error of his ways. But I feel, in general, he's not as he's a little rough around the edges. He won't acknowledge that he did anything wrong, but he is competent enough to fix it. He's just rough. He's a rough dentist, rough person. And he doesn't have as good a bedside manner or a tooth-side manner, whatever you want to call it, as Prezzato does. Prezzato's a little sweeter, a little sweeter kind of gentleman. So what I'm getting is, you could get by with the first one since you put all that money in, and he'll do an okay job. Maybe not. He'll do fine. He just didn't know. He's rough. This dentist is rough. So if I were you, this is just my opinion, okay, take it or leave it, I would probably go with the new dentist, because the old dentist already proved his roughness and did a pretty sloppy job that's cutting at your gum. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would just go for the new doctor, because I feel the new doctor is conscientious, caring, and capable. Oh, 3 C's. Conscientious, caring, and capable. Okay, my dear?
Yeah, yes.
All
Thank
right,
you.
sweetie. You're welcome, honey. God bless.
Mm,
Bye-bye.
mm,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Bye.
love. Bye-bye. Okay, and Susie B made a donation as well. I have to go to her now. There she is. She has a live question. And if anybody else, let me just take a quick look-see to make sure. Maybe something did slip in the interim. Somebody else making a donation. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. There is one. Hold on one second, everyone. While I check this, I want to remind you, if you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. Here we are. Somebody else made a donation. And that would be... Okay, I don't have a name to go with it. I do have a phone number, which is 804 area code, but it's a Chesterfield hypnosis. Okay, hold on one second. I will get to you after Susie B. And that would be 804. I need to write that down so I can find it in the queue. Thank you, by the way, Chesterfield hypnosis. Okay. I was just saying that if you would like a private session, just go to Spirit Medium. Well, just go to booklaura.com, and there you can make a donation. My mind is all over the place, guys. Sorry. If you would like to get a sale on a private reading, go to booklaura.com. And if you put radio show in the event code field, you will get a third more time than that for which you pay. Okay, going to Susie B, and then I will go to the 804 area code one. Hello, Susie B.
Hello, Laura.
Thank you for helping me, sweetheart. I'm going to have to call somewhere along the line. I got to call Blog Talk Radio and find out. Every time I use Skype to get into the show, it's asking me after I connect on Skype for my host pin. Well, how do you put a host pin in on Skype?
Right.
You know, I don't know how to do that. Okay, honey, give me your question, love. Go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to ask Spirit if Spirit sees Daniel making some sort of a change in his life/job, or the relationship, or not.
First letter, last name, please.
T.
Kind of getting a no. I heard it even before you finished the question, but let me go into it. Daniel T, like in Tom. Hold on. No, he's not ready for that change just yet. Okay, I'm going to go to the next level. Well, then what's up with this guy for coming on to her, you know, louder than gangbusters? Hold on. He wants to have fun. He wants to have friends. He likes to talk to people, likes to be connected. But so he's a typical thing of what you've been experiencing. He's very friendly, very nice, but very impractical. Very friendly, very nice, but not very practical. Not thinking it through.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't want you to get despondent or upset or anything. Eventually the right person will be coming along, and for now, just allow him to sort of be in the ether around you while you look for somebody else. It's fun to have a conversation with him, and you will see him from time to time. But to make a change in his income and the way he earns a living, first of all, I kind of feel that he really likes... It's like almost like being in a party for him, 24/7 working. He kind of likes that. It's kind of interesting the way it's coming off, as if he's always in the middle of something going on. He needs that. He needs to be active all the time. So I don't see... I get a no on that, honey, for now. And meanwhile, you continue to look. All right?
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah, what else are you going to do, right? Yeah, it's hard for people to change their job and everything. Huh? Yeah, you have no other choice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one also might think if they were using their left brain, because I'm trying not to do that right now, but the left brain, which is the logical brain, would be saying, well, maybe he's not working 80 or 100 hours a week. Okay, maybe he's got extracurricular activities. Let me just double check that, love. Yes, he is. He's working a lot of hours, but for him, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, you kind of get the feeling it's like a party, like I don't know, Soul Train or something. He's having fun.
Okay, that's not the lifestyle that we talked about that we both wanted. But okay, now I know where because you know there's not real good effort on his part to make the time to see each other.
Yeah, well, you didn't get in that deep, so you consider yourself blessed. And as I said earlier today, that still holds true. Is don't tell him to get lost. Just continue to look because I think there's somebody better coming around for you. Okay?
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, doll. I'll go and check on 804. Okay.
Oh, well, I have to go there right now. I have to go there now
Okay.
because thank you.
Alrighty.
Yeah, thank you, love. Thank you, honey. Bye, bye, love. Okay, 804. There she is. You already did that. You put a D in there. Hello, 804. Hello. Oh, 804 disappeared. Susie, can you hear 804? I'm going to go back in the queue. Whoever it is, she must have stepped away, or maybe I'm not able to hear her. I don't know. Okay, we'll try to come back to her in a little while. Okay, who else is waiting here? I'm going to go to the person who is waiting the longest. There's a couple of people. Hold on, guys, while I look, because sometimes the numbers just slip around, the phone numbers, and people that are at the bottom of the queue, like Andrea, who I do remember speaking with, has slipped to the bottom. There she is. I'm opening up your line, Andrea. Andrea?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
I'm here.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Hi, honey. Thank you. I got you earlier. Before all of a sudden, I could not, nobody could hear me. I couldn't hear anything. And so I says, oh my God. Anyway, here I am, my dear. What can I do for you? Do you have a question? Life question? Now I can't hear you. What happened? Susie, I want you to see if you can hear her also. Can you hear Andrea open the same line? I'm going to put her back and you can open her line. See if you can get her. Susie B. Susie? Susie? Susie B. Susie, can you hear me? Oh, there she's going. Okay, let's see. Can you hear her, Susie B, on the regular open line, not the back line? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Hello?
Yeah, can you? Oh, here she is, Andrea. There you are. Okay, I don't know what happened to you. I couldn't hear you. Okay, so
Lauren?
yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
yeah. Hi, Susie, honey. I was trying to get you to open her this way. Yeah. So now I can hear her. I don't know what happened to her while I was listening, but anyway. It could be just the method I'm using to connect is not working. In other words, it goes in and out. I'm using a facility Blog Talk Radio, which maybe doesn't give me always connection. Okay, Andrea, let's get going, honey. What I need you to do is give me just a question, no background. Okay, just a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, love.
Just looking for a serious relationship that will lead to marriage.
Alrighty. Let's go to that for you, honey. Will she get? I always start with a yes or no question, usually. 619, Andrea. You're good at this, actually. You're good at getting relationships, they say. You know what you're doing. You're kind of slicing and dicing, figuring it out. You have very good analytical capabilities for figuring this out. You should be a relationship coach.
You can be a key one, though.
Yeah, I know you're very good at this. You know what you're doing, and you're becoming very effective. So what they're showing me now is more than what you showed me, which is I actually see that I see a man with dark hair, tight, compact kind of build, um, average to taller height, good looking, very, very smart, ethical, caring person, likes animals, likes dogs in particular, very athletic or fairly athletic. That's coming in for you in the near future. If you don't already know him, you won't have to wait that much longer. And I also see him around athletic facilities like tennis and things like that. So if you're not doing anything athletic, probably need to, bring him in. But again, I don't really need to give you advice because it looks like you have your bases covered.
Yeah, it seems like, well, I'm not getting the one.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, let me just look at you energetically because you know what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to look at you, go back to the releasing blocks and fearful about commitment. Well, you're fearful about commitment. Hold on. It's actually in the root chakra. So what they're telling me, you've had a rough time of it before with somebody else who gave you a very hard time. He was unable to commit to you. He was abusive in a way, and
Yeah.
right, abusive and also unable to commit. The abuse was inability to commit, kept you going round and round and round and round and round and round, and you were really in love with this person. And it held you there. It was very, 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 very painful. Almost like as if you were under somebody's saw and he was slowly sawing away at you, your heart. Okay. So what we're going to do now is, yeah. And it was not easy to let go, but finally you learned how to do it, and you released that person from your energy, from your life. You allowed him to go on to where he belongs. He felt like the one, if you will, but he just the one when the one doesn't commit, it leaves us with bruises and scars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in some healing energy into the root chakra, and you can do this with me. We're sending in red light. And okay, I'm going to send in a little prayer. From this point forward, Andrea is able to let go of the past completely. It's done on an energy level. Okay, let go of the past completely. Now I'm also going to go to the solar plexus, which is in your stomach area, and I'm going to send in yellow light there because there's a bruise or damage to your ego from this. From this point forward, Andrea knows that she's extremely special and that she can have the man of her dreams. The other one was not quite right for her, although she misconstrued the relationship, the breakup, as rejection. From this point forward, she understands it was nothing to be taken personally, just the way that person is. It's just the way that person is. He just cannot commit. Okay, now I'm going to go to the heart chakra, which is also a need. It's bruised and damaged, and I'm going to put in green light, emerald green, and I'm going to give you another affirmative prayer. And this one is the issues of the past, bruised and damaged self-esteem and feeling about security in love is now released and removed forever. Namaste. Now, I also recommend for you that if you want the complementary healing, you just go to Spirit Medium Sale. You don't have to spend a lot on the oils. There's a choice at there's like four choices. The fourth one is very inexpensive. So, just read it through and just follow the instructions or contact me and I'll get you in for complimentary healing on this. Okay?
Okay. I'm just curious, do you know when the new person's coming?
Well, a lot of it has to do with you being healed. Okay? But let me just see something. The way it is right now, the way it's right now is he could come in August, towards the third week of August. But I'd like to see you healed because right now it's like you're fishing for fish with your hands and they're slipping through your hands. You see what I'm saying? It's like you've seen some good ones, but you're trying to fish with your hands and they slide out of your hands. So So I would suggest get a healing, get a healing from me, and let's see what happens with that. Okay, love, it'll make you more confident, and you won't fish with your hands anymore. You'll just be present, and it allows the magnetic pull to occur. Okay.
Okay.
All right, honey. Thank you so much, love, for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye bye. Okay, we're closing on that one. Again, I'm trying to find somebody who is longest in the queue. Also should probably take a very quick peek to see if there's anybody else who made a donation. No. Okay. Oh, I have to go back to the person who's at 804. That's right. Sorry. Thank you, Susie. Let's see if I could get through to that person who's at 804, which was at the bottom. Okay, I don't see that person anymore. I guess they're not able to get through, or maybe Susie knows something I don't know about this. Let me talk to Susie for a second. Susie, do you know what happened to the donation? 804 area code?
I've seen as her line dropped. There was no answer on her line.
All right, we'll go to the next person waiting. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going to go to the next person waiting the longest. Hold on 1 second, please. It would be, I'm pretty sure, Keisha. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. Am I saying that name correctly? Yeah, that's my Keisha.
Yes. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Fine, darling. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm having some health issues. I'm not sure if I have. I just spoke to my doctor. She's not sure if I have endometriosis or what's going on with me, but I'm having crazy bleeding.
Yeah.
And
I know, no. I now
what's
remember.
going on.
Yeah, I know. You told me that you were having the fibroids taken out, and so now you're still having
I did.
Yeah, and you're still having bleeding. All right, let's see what we got. Well, you are okay. This thing, first of all, this thing you are doing the right thing with your health, slowly going through these steps. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. Yeah, I think you probably just see. You have I had mentioned to you hormone balance before. Okay, I had mentioned to you hormone balance before, so I want you to look. You probably want to try a complementary kind of modality to go along with this. Maybe have that looked at.
90 seconds.
Because I said before, and I'll say it again, I get the same thing: is that you have an estrogen dominance, which leads to fibroids. Okay, and what you need is a doctor who will look at that from a holistic, an MD who will look at it from a holistic perspective and seek to balance the hormones. Because yes, you do have some endometriosis. We have a few things going on. Let me see. There's a few things going on there. One of them is I see
60 seconds.
inflammation in the uterus. I see something going up the left fallopian tube, like more inflammation going in that direction. I see, it looks like there's, yeah, that would probably be the endometriosis because it's like a puncture almost, and then there's blood on the outside or something on the outside of the womb, and that's in the lower right portion of it. So yeah, you have all those things, but you need to go look at things from the root cause perspective. Okay, not just handle the symptoms, right? So I would recommend that you go to complementary kind of another doctor, get a second opinion of somebody who does maybe
10 seconds.
looks at hormones also, particularly in a natural way of looking at hormones and how they affect that. Okay? And that's the only thing I can say about it, really, because it's not up to me. I'm just, medical intuitive, but right, you have to go to the doctors. I'm just a dumb medical intuitive.
I'm gonna check out a fertility specialist, and then I am into herbs for balancing my hormones as well. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Well, thank you so much, Laura.
Yeah, you're in your late 30s, I think, right? Didn't we say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just going to give you a couple of other ideas before we end. Hold on,
Okay.
because there's more that needs to be said about nutrition, diet, hormone balance, the way you're living nutritionally. Hold on. You're living okay nutritionally. You are nutritionally complete, but there's a lot of stress. That's the problem. There's a
Mhm.
lot of stress in your
Yeah.
environment. It's like a sort, I know you're in New York and everything. There's a lot of stress and
Yeah.
you don't handle being in a sardine can very well. You're just not your temperament.
No.
You need more air to breathe, you need more place, more room for those beautiful long legs of yours to move. So the root cause is what they call adrenaline fatigue. Adrenaline fatigue will affect the hormones and will create estrogen dominance because it goes through the whole system and takes away the progesterone, which is the thing that bounces. So mental fatigue is your okay, they tell me mental fatigue is your barrier to health. Mental fatigue is the thing that gets you. And as you move forward in your law degree, in your law career, you're going to have to manage that differently because we're all under stress in life. So another level to this, besides going to get your hormone balance, is going to do things for your adrenaline. How do you calm yourself? Are there any natural modalities that can help, like meditation? Is there an essential oil or herb that goes with that? All those things need to be considered. And one of the things that comes in right away is to get enough exercise, and that will help you relieve a lot of stress because that works for you. But exercise that is very, very, um, shall we say, intense, like maybe doing something with with kickboxing or boxing or things like that to get the stress out. And that's probably the most natural thing you can do because you don't like to take a lot of drugs, and you're young,
Right.
right? You're young. We don't want you all hormone
Yeah.
pumped up and all this other business. So get yourself to get that under control. There's a few things that you can do, but adrenal fatigue is the root cause of all this, is what I'm hearing.
I never heard of that before.
Google it. You'll be amazed. You'll be
Yeah.
amazed. But it's stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chronic
I'm very
stress.
stressed.
Yeah, chronic stress will create adrenal fatigue, which means you create so much your whole system goes to overdrive. And then it trickles through the system. It starts an imbalance. So the first level of imbalance is the stress. Stress is a killer, honey. Stress is a killer. So,
Yeah.
all right. So that's what I'm getting, and
Yeah.
that's what you need to do. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. You take care, Keisha. Bye bye, sweetie. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you'd like a private session, just go to booklaura.com. Sorry, the show was like so. Ugh. And if you put radio show in the event code field, you get a third more time free. And if you're interested in a private healing session, go to spiritmediumsale.com for limited time only. I'm offering a complimentary healing with the purchase of the oils needed for the healing. Have a great day, everybody, and I look forward to doing this again with you the next time I meet, which should be this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. However, that could change depending on what goes on with my schedule. You'll be kept informed. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.